Welcome back, luminous souls. There's a moment happening in your life right now that nobody ever warned you about. You've probably felt it creeping in quietly, like a subtle vibration beneath the surface, nudging at the edges of everything you thought you knew. It's that feeling of no longer fitting into your own world, of moving through spaces that used to feel familiar, but now feel tight, uncomfortable, suffocating. It's not confusion. It's not a midlife crisis. It's evolution. And it's about to explain every uneasy, isolating, and baffling experience you've been having recently. Think of this like a principle from physics called resonance. Two objects vibrate at their own natural frequencies. When their frequencies don't match, they can't synchronize. One must adjust, or separation occurs. You can't force a tuning fork set to 528 Hz to harmonize with one fixed at 440 Hz. They simply exist in different sonic realities. Now imagine applying that principle to your life. You've been ascending, raising your personal frequency through healing, through spiritual practice, through surviving things that should have broken you entirely. And now, your vibration is moving at a level your old life cannot keep up with. This isn't metaphorical. Energy is real. Vibration is real. And when your frequency rises past a certain threshold, everything and everyone around you who cannot meet that level begins to fall away. Not because you're doing anything wrong, but because you're finally doing everything right. Suddenly, relationships that were once comfortable feel draining. Jobs that used to sustain you feel suffocating. Places that offered refuge now feel empty. This is not resistance. This is your soul refusing to shrink any longer. Here's the truth about awakening: it's not all light, love, and bliss. Sometimes it's jarring. Sometimes it feels like the ground beneath you disappears. And in reality, it's stripping away the old versions of yourself that weren't authentic. Every connection built on performance, every goal imposed by external expectations, every habit that didn't resonate with your higher self, it's all dissolving. Your energy isn't just shifting, it's rewriting the rules of what you can endure, what you can engage with, and what you can accept. One of the first signs of this change is physical. You feel it the moment you enter a room. Within seconds, you can sense who harmonizes with your energy and who clashes with it. You feel headaches, fatigue, tension in your chest. You may have once brushed these sensations off as oversensitivity or social awkwardness. But now you know the truth: you're protecting your frequency. Your nervous system has evolved, tuned into higher vibrations, capable of discerning subtle dissonances. It's like upgrading from cheap earbuds to a high-end sound system. You can hear every crack, every imperfection, every note previously lost. And with this clarity comes both insight and discomfort. You start noticing subtle inconsistencies in people you've known for years. Old friends, family members, colleagues. Suddenly their energy feels discordant, suffocating. You make excuses to step away. Conversations that once flowed naturally now feel heavy. You aren't rejecting people. You're recalibrating your life to align with the new resonance you're embodying. And staying in low frequency spaces will pull you back down, undoing the ascent you've worked so hard to achieve. Another shift happens in your social tolerance. Small talk, gossip, trivial chatter, these no longer satisfy you. 5 minutes of superficial conversation can feel unbearable, like nails scraping across a chalkboard. You crave depth, meaningful interaction. dialogue that sparks insight, challenges old assumptions, and expands understanding. You want to talk about purpose, consciousness, healing, the mysteries that lie beyond everyday perception. But most people aren't there yet. They operate on autopilot, repeating stories, complaining about recurring problems, avoiding reflection, filling silence with noise, because stillness is uncomfortable. And you tried. You genuinely tried to meet them where they are. You feigned interest, forced laughter, sustained conversations you no longer enjoyed, all to make others comfortable. But exhaustion sets in. Pretending to be someone you're no longer meant to be is draining. Gradually, you stop performing. You stop compromising your own energy to fit into outdated scripts. Silence becomes preferable to shallow conversation. Solitude becomes preferable to forced connection. And yes, people notice. They might say you've changed, become distant, or too serious. And they are right. You have changed. You've evolved into authenticity. And authenticity doesn't waste energy on pretense. You'll notice changes in your interests as well. Hobbies that once excited you now feel hollow. Shows, social events, even previously cherished goals seem meaningless. At first, this can be terrifying. You might think something is wrong, that you've lost your spark. But this is discernment, not decline. The things that no longer excite you were never truly yours. They were borrowed, inherited, or adopted unconsciously. Your attention used to be filled with noise because you weren't ready for silence, for reflection, for stillness. But now the shift is happening. The empty feeling is actually space being created, room for what aligns with your evolved self. Synchronicities become impossible to ignore. You think of someone and they reach out. You ask a question and the answer appears in some unexpected form. Posts, conversations, signs, coincidences, these are no longer coincidences. They are confirmations that your frequency is now attuned to subtle, direct communication from the universe. At lower vibrations, we're too dense to notice these messages. Now, the static clears, and your consciousness receives guidance with unprecedented clarity. But with clarity comes responsibility. You can't ignore signs anymore. You can't pretend you didn't see warnings. You can't continue as if you didn't know better. Your expanded awareness brings accountability, and the universe demands that you honor it. Alone time becomes essential. Your old social rhythm, constant interaction, seeking external validation, maintaining appearances, no longer serves you. People around you may misinterpret this as antisocial behavior or depression. But this solitude is sacred. It's incubation, integration, and reflection. Here, you process revelations, insights, and shifts in your consciousness. You commune with your higher self, your guides, your inner wisdom. It is in this stillness that the next phase of your life is birthed, protected from interference and low-frequency influence. Discernment sharpens. You can sense dishonesty, hidden resentment, and insincerity with uncanny accuracy. Smiles, compliments, and gestures of support no longer blind you to the underlying energy. You recognize patterns that were invisible before: the friend who calls only when they need something, the family member who manipulates through guilt, the partner whose words don't match their energy. This heightened perception is both a gift and a burden. You see truth, and the truth is not always comfortable. You may feel heartbreak as layers of illusion peel away, revealing reality you were blind to for years. Your body responds to this transformation as well. Fatigue, fluctuating energy, heightened sensitivity to sound, light, and food, vivid dreams, aches that doctors cannot explain. These are not symptoms of illness. They are signs that your physical form is aligning with your new energetic reality. Your cells, your nervous system, your biology itself are restructuring to hold more light, more energy, more frequency. Sometimes the system struggles, glitches, or shuts down for recalibration. This is natural. You are upgrading, and the process demands patience, care, and trust. And finally, one of the most profound shifts: you stop forcing outcomes. Relationships, opportunities, even personal goals. You no longer push what is not flowing naturally. You trust timing, flow, and alignment. Doors that remain closed are not meant for you yet. People who pull away are not your path. Effort exists, yes, but it is intelligent effort, not suffering-driven force. You've learned the difference between inspired action and compulsive pushing. And paradoxically, the less you force, the more the universe orchestrates. Your definition of success changes. Status, money, possessions, and social recognition matter less. Peace, alignment, freedom, authenticity, and purpose become the true markers of success. External validation loses meaning. Performance, competition, and social approval feel exhausting and shallow. You measure life by depth, by connection, by alignment with your highest self. The external world may misinterpret this as regression, disinterest, or laziness, but it is actually the hallmark of ascension. You've leveled up to a game invisible to those still playing by old rules. And as your frequency rises, the universe rearranges your social circle. People who vibrate at your level appear naturally. Connections feel magnetic, effortless, authentic. Simultaneously, others drift away or resist. And that is precisely how it should be. New arrivals are not coincidences. They are soul contracts, teachers, mirrors, and catalysts for growth. Others leave to make space for your evolution. You are no longer attracting based on convenience or familiarity. You are attracting alignment. Your purpose becomes urgent. A fire ignites inside you, demanding that you no longer settle for mediocrity, distraction, or fear-based patterns. You can feel destiny calling, even if the path isn't fully visible. Time becomes sacred. Energy becomes precious. You cannot waste either on trivialities or misaligned obligations. Every moment is an opportunity to step closer to your calling, to serve your highest self, to honor the life that chose you to embody it. And here's the final truth: you cannot go back. You've tasted a higher frequency, felt the authenticity of your expanded self, experienced alignment, and there is no returning to the old limitations. The previous life, the previous identity, the old self, they have no power over you anymore. What emerges is not loss, but sovereignty. Not deprivation, but freedom. You are discovering yourself fully, completely, irrevocably. You are rising into your authentic power. And once you have felt this, the rest of the world simply cannot pull you back to sleep. If any part of this resonates with you, know that you are not alone. Thousands are undergoing similar transformations. Many do not speak about it. Many appear to be lost. But you are not lost, you are awakening. You are not falling apart, you are forming anew. And in this new formation lies everything you were meant to become. You might have noticed by now that the world around you is shifting along with you, but not always in ways that feel comfortable. people you once counted on are suddenly distant, and situations that used to feel normal now seem strained. This is not coincidence. It's a natural response to your rising frequency. Just as your energy evolves, everything external must either resonate with your new vibration or separate from it. This is the law of alignment. The universe is like a mirror, reflecting the energy you carry. If you carry higher energy, lower frequencies are bound to clash with it. That doesn't make you difficult. It makes you awakened. One of the most profound aspects of this process is that it doesn't happen quietly. You can feel it in subtle ways, in whispers and nudges, in moments that seem insignificant at first. Perhaps you notice yourself avoiding certain people or places without consciously planning it. Maybe opportunities you thought would bring joy feel heavy or uninspiring. These are all signs that your soul is prioritizing alignment over comfort. The truth is, comfort has never been your guide. Evolution has. You begin to realize that the discomfort you feel is a form of guidance. It's not meant to punish you, but to wake you up. You may experience sudden irritability, impatience, or a sense of urgency that wasn't there before. These are indicators that your soul is rejecting stagnation. It wants growth, expansion, and truth. The more you resist this process, the heavier it feels. The more you embrace it, the freer you become. It's a strange paradox. Surrendering to discomfort is what ultimately restores peace. As your frequency rises, the people you encounter begin to reflect your inner evolution. Some will naturally gravitate toward you. These are the souls who recognize your light. Even if you haven't said a word, they feel familiar because they vibrate at a similar level. Others will repel or resist. You might feel conflict, tension, or even heartbreak when this happens, but it's necessary. Those who cannot rise with you are not meant to stay. And that is a blessing disguised as a challenge. You are being trained to recognize that separation is a form of divine curation. Accountability becomes unavoidable during this stage. Your elevated perception allows you to see not only yourself more clearly, but also the world around you. You begin to notice when people act out of fear, dishonesty, or insecurity. You notice when systems and structures are built on illusions. You can no longer ignore these truths. And that's where the concept of accountability without confrontation comes into play. You are learning to hold space for truth without forcing it onto others. You understand that each person's journey is theirs alone, and your role is not to fix them. Your role is to rise, and your rising serves as the ultimate demonstration of integrity. Divine separation precedes elevation. This is a principle many overlook. The universe often removes people, situations, and patterns before introducing the next stage of growth. It's not personal, it's practical. You cannot ascend while tethered to what no longer serves your higher self. Relationships may dissolve, friendships may end, and comfort zones may vanish, but these gaps are necessary for expansion. Without space, you cannot receive what the universe is preparing for you. Without clearing old energies, there is no room for new blessings. The separation process can feel lonely. At times, it may seem like the universe has abandoned you. But in truth, you are never alone. Higher energies, guides, and unseen forces are always present, moving in subtle ways to orchestrate your path. The challenge is learning to trust the unseen, to recognize that even when things fall apart externally, Your inner reality is aligning with divine order. Silence and solitude are not punishments. They are incubators for the next level of your being. During this phase, clarity emerges like a sunrise after a long night. You begin to discern who is aligned with your vision, purpose, and energy. You can feel it instantly when someone's vibration harmonizes with yours. They bring calm, inspiration, or excitement. Conversely, you feel dissonance, tension, or exhaustion around those who cannot meet your frequency. This is a gift of spiritual maturity. It's not judgment, it's discernment. And it's essential for your continued evolution. Another hallmark of this stage is a shift in how you engage with life itself. The trivialities that once consumed you now feel inconsequential. Small problems, petty dramas, and societal expectations lose their grip. You realize that your energy is too valuable to invest in things that do not resonate with your purpose. You begin to prioritize experiences, people, and actions that expand your consciousness and serve your growth. This is the essence of living intentionally. Not everything is worthy of your presence, but everything you choose is aligned. Your internal landscape becomes more refined as well. Thoughts, emotions, and energy patterns shift. You may notice heightened sensitivity to negativity or a profound awareness of subtle energies. Fatigue may come and go as your body adjusts to new frequencies. You might have vivid dreams, sudden insights, or even physical sensations that feel unfamiliar. This is your system recalibrating to support higher consciousness. Treat your body as sacred during this phase. Rest, nourish, and honor it. The external world will demand less of you if your internal foundation is strong. Spiritual confirmation begins to manifest in unmistakable ways. Synchronicities appear more frequently. People, messages, and opportunities arrive at precisely the right time. Doors open and close with an elegance that feels orchestrated. You begin to understand that the universe is not random. It is intelligent, precise, and responsive. Your increased awareness allows you to recognize these signs, giving you confidence in your next steps. But with this power comes responsibility. Ignoring guidance now can slow your progress, because you are fully capable of aligning your actions with higher order. You also notice that your boundaries are no longer negotiable. This is not about being rigid. It is about honoring your energy. You no longer expend effort on relationships, situations, or opportunities that drain you. Energy vampires, manipulators, and negative patterns become intolerable. You protect your space as fiercely as you protect your soul. This isn't selfishness, it's self-preservation. And paradoxically, by honoring your own energy, you allow the universe to bring in people, experiences, and resources that align with your highest good. During this phase, your definition of success undergoes a profound transformation. External validation, money, and social approval begin to feel hollow. What matters most is peace, alignment, authenticity, and meaningful impact. You no longer pursue goals simply because they are expected or conventional. Instead, you pursue what resonates with your soul. This clarity liberates you from societal scripts, allowing you to embrace a life of purpose and fulfillment. Finally, you begin to notice the subtle power of flow. Things stop requiring force. Doors open without struggle. Connections form effortlessly. Situations that once demanded manipulation now unfold naturally. This is not passivity. It is intelligent action guided by intuition and higher awareness. The less you force, the more the universe aligns. You begin to operate in partnership with life itself, moving with grace instead of resistance. The journey of separation, clarity, and realignment is challenging but necessary. It prepares you for the next phase of growth, where partnerships, opportunities, and breakthroughs will enter your life fully aligned with your evolved energy. Each moment of discomfort, each person who drifts away, each challenge faced, is a stepping stone to the life that matches your soul's true frequency. By embracing these lessons, you cultivate wisdom, discernment, and resilience. You learn that your evolution is non-negotiable, and the universe will support you when you honor your path. Trust in the process. Respect the separation. Recognize the confirmations. Your frequency is rising. Your reality is shifting, and the life awaiting you is more aligned, purposeful, and radiant than anything you've known before. By now, you are beginning to notice that the obstacles that used to feel permanent are starting to crumble. Things that once blocked your path now feel like minor detours. You might have spent years wrestling with circumstances, relationships, and inner patterns that seemed immovable, only to discover that the key to overcoming them wasn't force. It was frequency. You didn't need to fight harder. You needed to rise higher. The higher your vibration, the easier the barriers fall away. That's the secret. Resistance dissolves when your energy aligns with your purpose. Old patterns that once dictated your life, the cycles of doubt, fear, and compromise, are now exposed in the harsh light of your higher consciousness. You can see them for what they truly are: outdated strategies that kept you small, the beliefs that you weren't enough, that opportunities had limits, that love and success were conditional. Those were never facts, only stories you absorbed. And now, as your frequency rises, these stories no longer hold power. They unravel. Like weeds in fertile soil, they are uprooted effortlessly, making space for growth you couldn't have imagined before. The process is not painless. You might notice sudden eruptions of fear or resistance when the universe begins to remove what no longer belongs in your life. Old relationships might fracture. Jobs that felt secure suddenly feel suffocating. Comfort zones you relied on start to feel restrictive. But these cracks are not signs of failure. They are indicators that transformation is in full effect. You are being cleared, refined, and prepared for something bigger than you could have created on your own. The universe is making room for what is truly aligned with your soul. One of the most striking aspects of this phase is the revelation of hidden truths. People, systems, and situations that once seemed benign are now revealed in their true form. You can see manipulation where you once saw guidance, disinterest where you once felt support, and limitation where you once believed in freedom. It's easy to feel betrayed or disheartened by these realizations, but in reality, this transparency is a gift. For the first time, you can make choices with full awareness. You are no longer moving through life blindfolded. Clarity is power, and power demands action. As your obstacles dismantle, your intuition becomes sharper. You begin to recognize not just what does not belong in your life, but also what is waiting for you, what has been patiently aligning with your rising energy. The universe starts sending signs, subtle yet unmistakable. Encounters feel divinely timed. Opportunities present themselves in ways that feel almost choreographed. people appear who resonate with your vibration, offering guidance, partnership, or collaboration. And unlike before, you are ready to receive these blessings fully, because you've cleared the clutter that once blocked them. This stage is also marked by a profound recalibration of relationships. People you relied on, admired, or loved may no longer fit the version of reality you inhabit. Some will drift away, some will resist your evolution, and some will attempt to pull you back to old frequencies. Recognize that this is not a punishment, it is alignment. The people who are meant to stay in your life will naturally sync with your vibration. Those who are not will fall away, often revealing themselves in ways that are both painful and liberating. This is the divine choreography of separation and replacement, preparing the way for partnerships that are not just compatible but catalytic. As the old dissolves, you might notice a sense of urgency building within you. It is not anxiety, though it may feel intense. It is the pulse of destiny. Your soul is calling you forward. The path ahead requires courage, because the breakthroughs that await are not passive blessings. They are earned through alignment, clarity, and integrity. You will no longer tolerate half measures or relationships built on convenience rather than resonance. You will demand authenticity from yourself and others. And this standard, while it may feel isolating at first, is the magnet that draws your true partners, collaborators, and allies. You begin to see that the challenges you've faced were never obstacles to block you, but training grounds to refine you. Every betrayal, every disappointment, every closed door has been preparing you for the life that is about to unfold. Your sensitivity to energy, your discernment, your ability to navigate chaos with clarity, these are not byproducts of hardship. They are tools designed to ensure that when your breakthrough arrives, you are ready to claim it fully, without fear, without compromise. In this period, patience becomes a superpower. The universe rarely delivers all at once, and forcing outcomes only disrupts the natural flow of alignment. Yet, while patience is required, action is still demanded. Not frenetic action, not forcing, but inspired action, the kind that resonates with your inner knowing. When you move in accordance with your intuition, doors open effortlessly, connections form naturally, and obstacles that once seemed insurmountable dissolve as if by magic. This is the dance of co-creation. The universe provides, you act, and the rhythm carries you forward. Financial, professional, and personal breakthroughs often begin subtly in this stage. You may notice new opportunities appearing that seem too good to be true, coincidences that align perfectly, or people entering your life who seem to know exactly what to do or say. These are the early signs of divine partnerships, relationships, ventures, and collaborations that will amplify your purpose and expand your reach. But here is the caveat: these breakthroughs demand integrity. You cannot step into the new without leaving the old fully behind. You cannot invite divine support into your life while clinging to outdated patterns or compromised values. Your creativity and intuition are magnified during this phase. Ideas, solutions, and visions appear almost spontaneously. You may feel inspired in ways that feel almost otherworldly, as if your mind is channeling something larger than yourself. This is your higher self communicating through you, preparing you to navigate your next level with confidence and precision. The breakthroughs you will experience are rarely the result of brute force, They are the manifestation of your alignment, resonance, and readiness. It is also common in this phase to experience tests that feel familiar, but are now different in energy. Circumstances that once would have thrown you off balance now appear as minor challenges, opportunities to demonstrate your evolved capacity. These tests are not punishments, they are confirmations. They measure your readiness for the partnerships and breakthroughs you are about to receive. When you navigate them with grace, integrity, and presence, the universe recognizes your preparedness, and greater rewards follow naturally. Spiritual confirmation continues to increase during this time. Synchronicities become more precise, guidance arrives in forms that cannot be ignored, and your intuition becomes almost prophetic in its accuracy. These are signals that your frequency has risen enough to attract and recognize alignment in every dimension of life. You no longer need to search blindly. The path reveals itself step by step, each sign and connection a clear marker that you are moving in the right direction. Your internal landscape is evolving alongside the external. Old fears dissolve, limiting beliefs crumble, and your sense of self becomes more sovereign. You begin to understand that the breakthroughs you seek were never out there. In the world, they were inside you, waiting for you to clear space, raise your frequency, and reclaim your power. External circumstances simply reflect the internal shift. As above, so below. As within, so without. Finally, this is a time of preparation. You are being readied for a level of life, partnership, and impact that is radically different from anything you've known. The old obstacles fall away not just to make room, but to test whether you are willing to embrace your own power fully. Every challenge you overcome now strengthens the foundation for what is coming. Every moment of clarity, every act of discernment, every boundary you enforce is a brick in the structure of your future reality. By embracing this phase, you position yourself to step fully into the life you were meant to live. You are not simply surviving, you are ascending. You are not simply overcoming, you are mastering. And the breakthroughs, the partnerships, and the opportunities that await are proportional to the energy you've cultivated. This is the phase where preparation meets manifestation, where effort meets divine orchestration, and where your life begins to align with the highest expression of your soul. At this stage of your transformation, you begin to notice a subtle but profound shift in the way the world responds to you. It's not loud or obvious. It's quiet, almost imperceptible to the untrained eye. But for you, it is unmistakable. Your energy is demanding integrity, your frequency is calling forth alignment, and the universe is orchestrating a separation that feels divinely precise. This is not chaos. This is not punishment. This is preparation. Divine separation is not a threat, it is a promise. It is the signal that your elevation is imminent, and that anything or anyone who cannot meet you at your new frequency will naturally fall away. One of the first things you notice is the rise of accountability, not in a confrontational or aggressive way, but in a silent, undeniable force that speaks through reality itself. You no longer need to argue, explain, or plead for people to see your truth. Life begins to reflect back the outcomes of everyone's alignment or misalignment. When someone is out of integrity with themselves or with you, it becomes obvious. Opportunities that once opened for you effortlessly now fail to manifest when you compromise your values. Relationships that once seemed secure suddenly feel heavy or draining when authenticity is absent. The universe does not negotiate with dishonesty or inconsistency. It simply delivers the natural consequences. This is accountability without confrontation. In this period, you realize that you are no longer responsible for teaching people lessons or correcting behavior. That is not your burden. Instead, your responsibility is to hold your own energy steady, to remain aligned with your truth, and to act only from your highest self. When you do, the world responds accordingly. Those who are ready to rise with you, who resonate with your clarity and integrity, remain. Those who are not simply drift away. No argument, no manipulation, no push. Just the elegant, unshakable law of resonance. And here lies a profound revelation: confrontation is rarely necessary when frequency is correct. Truth, when embodied fully, is self-evident. Energy speaks louder than words ever could. This stage also brings the challenge of separation, and it can feel intensely personal. People you loved deeply may no longer feel comfortable around you. Family members, friends, colleagues, they may resist your evolution, react with judgment, or try to anchor you to the past. You may feel a pang of grief, confusion, or even guilt. But the truth is, their response is not a reflection of your value. It is a reflection of their inability to meet the vibration you now hold. Divine separation is not rejection, it is refinement. It is clearing the space for your elevation. You are being moved out of environments, relationships, and patterns that no longer serve your higher purpose, so that you can step fully into your power without compromise. The process of separation is often accompanied by profound spiritual confirmations. Suddenly, coincidences feel too precise to be random. People appear exactly when you need them, and the guidance you seek shows up in forms that feel almost supernatural. A book, a post, a conversation, or even a dream may carry the exact message your soul needed to hear. This is not coincidence. This is confirmation that your energy has aligned with divine orchestration. You begin to notice that the universe is no longer subtle, it is unmistakable. Every nudge, every synchronicity, every insight confirms that you are on the correct path, that your rise is being supported in ways that are far beyond human planning. You also start to see that separation is not just external, it is internal as well. Parts of yourself that no longer serve your growth are being revealed. Old fears, self-limiting beliefs, and conditioned behaviors come to the surface to be acknowledged, healed, and released. You cannot step into higher frequencies, carrying the weight of your old programming. Accountability now includes self-accountability, the courage to observe yourself honestly, to notice when you are still compromising, when you are still seeking validation, when you are holding on to attachments that no longer align with your path. This is a sacred process, and though it can be uncomfortable, it is the very mechanism that allows you to ascend without the baggage of compromise. During this time, the universe has a way of testing your clarity and integrity. The same challenges may appear, but now you are equipped with discernment. You can recognize when a situation is aligned with your highest good and when it is a disguised trap. The key is not reaction, it is recognition. You observe, you assess, and you act only from alignment. And when you do, the results are miraculous. The obstacles that used to derail you become opportunities for proof of your readiness. Every test, every difficult interaction, every moment that tempts you to compromise is an invitation to demonstrate that you are capable of maintaining your integrity while rising. The beauty of this phase is that the separation is never arbitrary. Those who remain in your life are not just compatible, they are catalytic. They challenge you to expand, to step further into your purpose, to embody the highest version of yourself. These are the connections that matter: partners, collaborators, mentors, and friends who operate at your frequency and amplify your mission. They reflect your growth back to you, support your breakthroughs, and provide a mirror that helps you see aspects of yourself you could not see alone. This is the alignment you've been preparing for, the co-creation that multiplies impact exponentially. Divine separation before elevation also teaches the art of release. You begin to understand that holding on to what is no longer aligned, even out of loyalty or fear of loss, is a form of self-sabotage. Letting go is not abandonment, it is stewardship. It is the practice of caring for your energy, your purpose, and your life in a way that honors the sacredness of your path. As you release, you make space for the new. The universe will fill that space with opportunities, relationships, and experiences that are designed to match your frequency perfectly. Trusting this process is crucial. Impatience or fear can create distortion, but when you surrender to divine timing, everything aligns with effortless precision. You may also begin to notice an acceleration of manifestations during this phase. Because your frequency is higher, your intentions move faster and your discernment becomes sharper. You attract experiences, opportunities, and people that resonate with your evolved state. Simultaneously, you repel situations that would require compromise, fear, or stagnation. This is the natural law of energetic alignment, like attracts like. What you focus on, what you nurture within, what you embody externally, these become magnets for your reality. And because you have cleared old patterns, your reality begins to match your newly expanded self. This is also a time when you may feel lonely, even amid crowds. People who cannot match your energy become invisible, and the depth you crave in connection is often not yet available in your immediate environment. This is normal. It is a sign that the universe is preparing you for higher-level relationships, not settling for what is convenient. Solitude in this phase is not a punishment, it is incubation. It is where your next level is gestating. The clarity, the vision, the readiness you are cultivating in quiet moments will determine the magnitude of your breakthroughs when they arrive. As you continue to rise, you notice that communication itself becomes more authentic and effortless. Words carry more weight because they are spoken from integrity. Silence becomes a form of power because you are no longer afraid to be fully present without explaining yourself. Energy becomes the language you operate in, and interactions that lack resonance feel awkward or draining. This is accountability in its purest form. Your energy establishes the standard, and the world responds naturally. You no longer need to force understanding or demand recognition. The universe does that for you. Another key lesson in this phase is the acceptance of impermanence. Everything that was once familiar, comfortable, or secure is now being reevaluated. People may leave, opportunities may close, environments may shift, but none of this is loss. it is recalibration. Each departure is intentional, each closing door is strategic, and each change is a signal that your elevation is underway. You learn to trust the rhythm of life. That endings are not punishments, that separation is not rejection, and that what remains is exactly what is aligned with your highest good. By the end of this phase, you emerge with a profound sense of clarity. You understand that accountability does not require confrontation, that separation is a sacred part of elevation, and that every confirmation you receive from the universe is proof of your alignment. You no longer fear solitude, loss, or uncertainty, because you recognize these as essential ingredients of transformation. You are learning to navigate life with a higher level of consciousness, where every interaction, every decision, and every manifestation is filtered through the lens of resonance, integrity, and divine timing. In essence, Section 4 is the crucible where your spiritual maturity crystallizes. You are not merely surviving separation, you are thriving because of it. You are not avoiding confrontation, you are transcending it by embodying accountability at the frequency level. You are not passively waiting for confirmation, you are actively co-creating with the universe, receiving proof at every turn that your path is both sacred and inevitable. This phase is quiet yet potent, subtle yet revolutionary. It prepares you for the ultimate partnerships, the breakthroughs that match your soul's magnitude, and the life that has been waiting for your readiness all along. Now, as you stand at the edge of this transformation, you begin to see that everything you lost, everything that drifted away, and everything that was stripped from your life was never actually gone. It was being replaced. Divine replacement is not about acquiring more for the sake of accumulation. It is about receiving exactly what aligns with your higher self, what resonates with your evolved frequency, and what amplifies your purpose in ways that were impossible in your old life. Every person who leaves, every opportunity that closes, every situation that collapses, is making room for a more profound, more sacred manifestation. The universe does not take without giving. It does not remove without filling, and it does not abandon a soul who is committed to rising. You begin to notice subtle arrivals in your life, people, opportunities, experiences that feel like they were designed specifically for you. They arrive at the right time, in the perfect form, carrying the exact energy that matches your current vibration. This is divine replacement in action. Perhaps it's a friendship that feels effortless and expansive, a mentor whose wisdom accelerates your growth, a project that aligns with your purpose and brings fulfillment instead of exhaustion, or even a romantic connection that is free of manipulation and full of mutual respect. Whatever it looks like, it is unmistakable because it brings a sense of peace that was previously absent. Peace, at this stage, becomes your primary confirmation, not excitement, not the temporary rush of external validation, not the noise of social approval. True peace is deep, resonant, and lasting. It is the quiet smile in your chest that whispers, "This is right. This is aligned. This belongs." When your frequency is high enough, peace becomes the ultimate litmus test for your choices. You start noticing how situations feel in your body, in your mind, and in your soul. If there is tension, if there is effort that doesn't feel inspired, if there is dissonance, you know that it is not yours to carry. When alignment happens, it is effortless, it is effortless, It is effortless. This is the universe confirming your readiness to receive the next level of your life. At the same time, the world begins to feel slower. Not because time itself has changed, but because your perception has shifted. You are no longer reacting to every stimulus, every drama, or every distraction. You observe more than you participate. You notice more than you engage. You listen to the quiet instructions of your intuition and the subtle nudges of the universe. In this silence, clarity emerges. In this calm, truth crystallizes. And in this space, you begin to understand the miraculous nature of divine replacement. The right things arrive precisely when you are ready to receive them. You do not have to chase, you do not have to beg, you do not have to force. You may also begin to sense the spiritual architecture of your life unfolding. Situations that once seemed random now feel like intricate design. People who arrived at the wrong time are gone. People who arrived at the right time stay. Opportunities that once slipped through your fingers are now opening naturally. Doors that were once closed are now swinging wide without effort. You recognize that the universe is no longer a distant observer. It is an active participant in your evolution. And this is where your faith deepens. Not blind faith, but a knowing faith, born from countless confirmations that every shift, every loss, every challenge, and every triumph has been divinely orchestrated. As you move through this stage, you realize that peace is not passive. It is active. It is the conscious choice to remain aligned, to protect your energy, to hold boundaries, and to refuse participation in anything that disrupts your inner harmony. It is the courage to choose silence over argument, clarity over confusion, authenticity over pretense, and alignment over compromise. And as you exercise this choice consistently, the universe mirrors it back: your environment, your relationships, your opportunities, and even your own internal state begin to vibrate in perfect resonance with the peace you are cultivating. The process of divine replacement also reveals the sacredness of timing. You cannot force what is meant for you, but you can prepare yourself to receive it fully. There is a rhythm to arrival. There is a cadence to integration. Sometimes it feels slow, almost painfully slow, because your soul is learning patience, discernment, and reverence for the way the universe works. But every pause, every waiting period, every moment of stillness is essential. It ensures that when the right people, experiences, and circumstances enter your life, you are capable of holding them without fear, without attachment, and without compromise. In this phase, you also come to understand the beauty of endings. The separations, the closures, and the departures that once felt like loss now feel like liberation. You see that every ending created the space for a new beginning. Every door that closed opened the path to a greater opportunity, and every relationship that faded revealed the capacity for a deeper, more authentic connection. Your perspective shifts. Endings are not failures, they are refinements. They are divine sculpting, carving away what is not needed so that the masterpiece of your life can emerge fully formed. You may notice that your life begins to feel lighter. The weight of approval, seeking, compromise, and misaligned attachments drops away. You no longer expend energy trying to fit into spaces you have outgrown. You no longer carry the expectations of those who do not resonate with your frequency. You no longer chase goals that no longer inspire your soul. Instead, you operate from a place of flow, alignment, and divine timing. Every action is intentional. Every choice is guided. Every moment carries a sense of sacred purpose. As peace becomes your measure, you also recognize the subtle confirmations of your rise. The universe speaks in quiet ways. A conversation that provides the exact insight you need. A sudden clarity about a decision that has been weighing on you. A dream that illuminates the next step on your path. These confirmations are not always dramatic, but they are unmistakable. They are the whispers of divinity, guiding you, reassuring you, and supporting you in ways that are beyond human comprehension. When you learn to recognize them, you no longer doubt your path, even in moments of uncertainty. The culmination of this process brings a profound sense of prophetic stillness. You realize that the world may not understand your transformation. People may question your choices, your priorities, and your connections. The old reality may attempt to pull you back into its familiar patterns, but you are no longer responsive to it. You have learned to trust your inner compass, your intuition, and the signs that the universe provides. You move forward with confidence, knowing that every step is guided, every loss is necessary, and every arrival is divinely appointed. At the same time, your awareness of divine timing transforms your understanding of patience. You learn that rushing, forcing, or grasping never produces the same results as surrender, alignment, and trust. You begin to see the intelligence of the universe in every unfolding, in every synchronicity, and in every seemingly random event. The world becomes a mirror, reflecting back to you the integrity of your frequency. What you hold within manifests without. What you protect within multiplies outside. What you honor within becomes a lighthouse for those who are ready to rise with you. By the end of this section, you understand that divine replacement is not a one-time event. It is a continuous process. Your life is now an ongoing calibration, a sacred dance between your evolution and the opportunities, people, and experiences that align with it. Every day, you refine your energy, release what no longer serves, and remain vigilant for the signs that guide your path. Every day, you step further into your sovereignty, your authenticity, and your purpose. And with each step, peace becomes the most reliable confirmation that you are on the right path. Finally, as this phase reaches its quiet culmination, you find yourself in a state of reflective silence. You do not need to explain. You do not need to justify. You do not need to prove anything to anyone. The transformation is complete in its essence because it has been experienced fully. You carry the knowledge of your elevation in your body, your mind, and your soul. You know the truth of who you are. You know the value of your energy. You know the power of your presence. And you know that every loss, every separation, every trial was a divine precursor to the life, the relationships, and the reality that now unfold naturally before you. In this silence, in this stillness, you recognize the ultimate lesson: your rise is inevitable, your alignment is confirmed, and your destiny is waiting. You do not have to chase it, manipulate it, or demand it. You only need to embody the frequency, hold the peace, and allow the universe to fill the space you have intentionally created. And as you do, a sense of awe, gratitude, and quiet power settles over you. The journey has been challenging, the path has been transformative, and the destination is radiant beyond anything you could have imagined. So, As this chapter of your evolution closes, remember, what was removed from your life was never yours to keep. It was making space for what is truly aligned. Peace is the proof that you are exactly where you are meant to be. Divine replacement is the reward for your courage, your integrity, and your commitment to rising. And the silence that now surrounds you is the voice of the universe, whispering a truth too profound for words. You are ready, you are worthy, and you are exactly where you belong. The rest unfolds in divine timing.